Brother Steve from Hollywood, California. It's Sunday Night Conversations, and we are so glad to have each and every one of you here. And let me say this. It is thundering and lightning outside right now here in Los Angeles. So we're going to stay here and keep it moving and keep it going. Because guess what? The one and only Michelle McKinney Hammond herself is here with us. Now, if you have not read any of her books, where have you been? Under what rock? Under what tree? Under what? But it's more than books. She's more than books. She's the diva. She's all that and then some. And you know why? Because I'm about to tell you right now. She's live in Africa right now. Brother Steve, let's get into it right now.
From Hollywood.
Yo, DJ, are you done mixing yet?
Your DJ has only just begun.
Hello, I'm Bishop T.D. Jakes, and you're watching Brother Steve TV.
Hey, it's LaToya Luckett, and you're watching Brother Steve TV.
This is Rance Allen, and you're watching my friend, Brother Steve TV.
Hey, y'all, this is Landry Johnson, and you're watching Brother Steve TV.
Hi, this is Rodney Darkchild Jerky. This is Chris Tucker. This is Kirk Franklin.
And you are watching Brother Steve.
You're watching Brother Steve.
Brother Steve TV.
Stay tuned.
From Hollywood, California, you're watching Brother Steve TV.
It's the Praise Jam party, yep, it's going up. Brother Steve, the Sunshine Band, that's what's up. Him and his crew, they really making stations nervous. Brother Steve deliver hits like the Postal Service. Must I remind you of his credentials? Brother Steve, go hard, he go large, he's monumental. That's it, it's over. A finality, call the Paul Bearers, the station's buried in Cali.
360, going hard for the Lord. It's the Praise Jam party. Brother Steve is in charge. For all the hot exclusives and the brand new styles, tune in every week, adjust your radio dial to the most unpredictable show on the airwaves. From the land of the stars to the home of the Braves. We go hard for the Lord. Yeah. It's how we rep the Christ. We don't apologize for it. We go hard.
We're going to go right into it. Michelle McKinney Hammond live in Africa right now. Girl, what's going on?
Hey, you know I love you, right?
You're the best, Michelle. You know, I'm just Michelle.com. Michelle all day. Michelle, you don't age. You look the same way you
we're
did
not
like
gonna tell
8
them.
years ago.
We're not gonna tell them how far back we go to give away my age either.
Oh my God. We're not gonna do that today's broadcast. But oh my God, Michelle look like she's 12 still. I don't know how. But maybe it's because you. I mean, she's so strong of a woman. She just moved to Ghana in Africa. So when she comes to the States, it's like she's visiting, and she goes back home to Africa.
Yes.
And you have taken over that whole part of Ghana live in Africa, Michelle.
You know what? It's so amazing. I've been here for 12 years now. It feels like 2. I have a music ministry in Ghana that I'm ready to break to the world. I'm doing TV. I'm in TV series. I'm doing movies. Just went to Nigeria and shot a movie that's going to be out on Amazon Prime at Christmas, called Christmas in Lagos. And I'm just having a ball. I'm just having a ball and allowing God to just pour into me in the motherland at the place of my roots. You know, I'm part Ghanaian, so I'm at home. And I've just been really, really blessed to be here. And, you know, it's good. Then I get the best of both worlds. I get to come over there quite often to minister and do other things and come back home.
You know, like some people don't know, you're one of the greatest authors of all time. I mean, your books, they look at all these other novels, and you've written novels and books and so many things. Tell us about a couple of books you've written and how you help support people. And then we're going to get into this conference. Oh my gosh. If you want to be a diva, you don't want to be a diva, you're trying to be a diva, you don't know the diva principles, come to diva.com, Diva 101. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Talk about something. Now I said I'm gonna do this real quick. I'm gonna open. If you want to send Michelle a question, I'll say hello to her and say, "Hey, I need help writing my book. I'm trying to figure out what to do." We're gonna talk about your books. Michelle, tell us about your books and your whole empire you've built.
Well, I started off with my first book was What to Do Until Love Finds You. We sold out of 12,000 copies in 3 weeks. The publisher didn't even know what to do. They said, this girl is an unknown author. I said, well, not really. Jesus wrote the book. I just took dictation. So, of course it was going to blow up because he blew on it,
Wow.
My latest book is When Shift Happens, Say Yes to Your Next. Because we've been in such a place of transition. I just really felt led to address that. A lot of people have been readjusting to life since COVID. Life has changed drastically, and some people are having a hard time maneuvering and navigating through those changes. And that's what that book is all about. I'm transparent about the changes and transitions I've been through and how God helped me navigate through those places. And then upcoming in May 17th, the re-release of one of my best-selling books with more chapters added is The Diva Principle, which is divine inspiration for victorious attitude. Attitude is everything. And once we get that right attitude, then our confession changes and our actions change and our life changes because we're making different choices that lead us to a victorious place, whether that's in relationships, finances, professional stuff, physical health. It all begins with mindset and attitude.
Before we jump into the deepness of this conference, and we're going to let you all see the all-star lineup she has. The conference is so huge. It's in 2 different cities, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. But give me like a quick tip for somebody who always say, I need to write my book. I don't know where to get started. I need to write my book. Tell us how you start writing your book without saying just do it. But tell me some practical things someone can do to start writing. You've written novels. Matter of fact, you got paid to write.
Yes.
You literally sat there full time. I said, what? Got paid to write your book.
Yes. We should be paid for the thing. God said that every gift we have is a twofold operation. It should bless you and it should bless others. It should prosper you and bless others.
Wow.
God pays the folks that work for him. And I'm not saying that every book has to be about something Christian, but when you do what your assignment is, he pays you heartily. So I'm just going to say, he said, just do it. But I'm going to say, sit down and seriously take thoughts to what is the point? Why are you writing your book? And I do have an online writer's course. So they can go to my website at michellehammond.com and click on MMH Academy to get that course. But, it's really about what is the point? Because a lot of people say they want to write. And then you say, well, why do you want to write? Well, I've got a story. Okay, you just want to tell your story? That's a journal. Okay.
Right. Wow.
If you want to tell your story to benefit someone else because you have a point from your life story, then you definitely need to write that. But keep the point in mind and make sure that everything you're writing helps the reader be able to use the principles that you're sharing to better their own life. And that's what I've done over the years.
That's so powerful, Michelle. You've got a conference coming up April 26th through the 27th in Atlanta.
Yes.
Then y'all jump on the plane, fly to Chicago, make 3rd and 4th, and then it gets gooder. In between, y'all fly all the way back to Ghana in 2025 to do this conference. This is called the Diva Principle Conference. You got to find a way to get there. It's incredible. It's unbelievable. The website is michellehammond.com or thedivaprinciple.net. Tell us about the conference, the purpose of the conference, and why should the conference be open for everyone? So, should men? Is it women only? Let's talk about that.
Well, men sneak in all the time, and I'm not turning anybody away. But I want to tell you that, we've been into this whole women's empowerment thing. And my whole question for women is, why are we empowering ourselves? If we're not empowering ourselves for the benefit of our men and our children, we're still in defeat mode, because one strong tree with weak branches doesn't bear fruit. So we've got to make sure that we're empowering ourselves with the right agenda. and that empowerment spreads to those around us. The theme of the conference is Emerge, because I believe that there's something more inside of all of us that we haven't discovered. And it's a very different kind of conference, Steve.
Okay,
It's not talking heads. It's literally, I guess I could compare it to Tony Robbins. You know, Tony Robbins is motivational,
Yes.
but he makes you work through the whole conference. You come out changed. And I said, if we could harness this in the church, we'd be powerful too. And so that's really where I took the concept from, of not just talking at people, but involving them in the conference. So literally, I teach in segments and coach you to your deliverance, your healing, your victory, by pushing your buttons and making you think about things that you wouldn't think about on your own. So we're going to deal with some self-esteem issues. We're going to deal with having emotional intelligence. We're going to deal with how to be victorious in what we could look at as a man's world. But God gives us amazing power that we don't have knowledge of. You know, in Genesis, when Eve took the bite of the apple and God asked her what she had done, one translation says that she said, the serpent deceived me and I forgot. What did she forget? She forgot she was already like God. Wow. And she compromised when she was already made in his image. And a lot of women have forgotten who they are. And so I just want to kind of shake and wake folk and make sure that they get the concept and understand how powerful they are. And then how do we direct that power to the benefit of mankind and the pleasure of God? So that is the whole essence of the conference. We're going to have a panel that's going to talk about resilience and reinvention, because I feel like a lot of people have been through setbacks and don't know how to bounce back.
Right,
but you know, Tim Story always says every setback is a setup for a comeback. Okay,
right,
and I believe that as well. And so we're going to discuss that. We're going to have a Q&A time. You're going to journal. You're going to share with an accountability partner. So this is an interactive workshop kind of a conference. It's not just you sit back and be entertained and leave and forgot what you got happy about. No, you're going to come out of this conference with change. You're going to come out with transformation. You're going to come up with a made up mind and an action plan for yourself to further what your own agenda is that God has planted in your heart to take you into your next season. So it's a very different kind of conference. It is limited capacity because I'm very hands-on and it's intimate. So, you know, people need to sign up before I close the door, because I've got a number, and then I'm going to say no more, because I want to be able to pay attention to everyone.
Let me ask you this. As we look at the target audience for the conference right now, and don't forget, you can watch this interview right here on the Church Family Channel. So download the app. I need you to download the app right now, whether you're in Africa, maybe some of the people there at your home in Africa can download the app on their phones, the Church Family Channel. You can watch the interview again on the Church Family Channel. But I want to say this, the people that's coming, the ladies that's coming, what do you see the common, shall I say, the common areas of need when they first get there? What's like one of the top 2 or 3 common areas of need? And then after the conference, what is their success stories?
Well, a big one is always identity. And I always start there, because until we know who Christ really is and who we are because of him, we don't get very far. You know, that's when limitations get set up in our minds, or we're not aware of who we really are and the possibilities of what happens when we understand and recognize who Christ is in the mix of our own life. So, you know, getting that balance and then looking inwardly to what has stopped me from getting where I want to go. Everyone has a blockage. Everyone has a place. They've got a blind spot. And I'm there to remove that blind spot. So you see, I was so blessed. We did this last year in Chicago. And the common comment was, I now have clarity. I know what to do. I got my breakthrough. And I think that that's all most people want. They want to know, who am I really? Why am I here? And give me clarity and a sense of vision and purpose for moving forward. And that's what this conference is all about.
During the conference, are there going to be breakout sessions, workshops? And let's talk about some of the speakers that you've invited to come to the conference.
Well, I actually lead and guide you for most of the day.
Good.
And it's set up in a very interesting way that I don't want to reveal, because it's a surprise when you get there.
Okay.
But you're going to be journaling. You're going to be talking with an accountability partner part of the day. And I'm going to be taking you through some exercises to help you break down those barriers, those blockages, those hindrances in your life. And then in the afternoon, we have a major panel. I've got Valencia Montgomery. She's a neuropsychologist.
Whoa.
I've got Dr. Jocelyn Jones, who is a trauma specialist. I've got, it depends on which city you're in. Stacy Speller in Atlanta, Georgia, is a relationship expert and a leader specialist. She speaks for John Maxwell and teaches his courses. I've got Sharia Jackson, who was an editor at Essence Magazine, who now is also a life coach. And just, these women are powerful women. Okay. In Chicago, I've got Toy Salter and Melody Winston, who is the daughter of Bill Winston.
Yes.
And they're both, these are powerful women. And they're gonna bring some light, they're gonna bring strategies, they're gonna bring knowledge and insight that's gonna set women free, transform their mindset, and give them tools they can use for living, loving, and overcoming.
That is incredible. That is awesome. So Michelle, tell us about the hotel situation where they get the hotel and the housing, and everything takes place in one room, or is it different locations all across the area?
Yes, I'm actually using a church auditorium that's in the center of both cities. And when they go on the website to register, they will see a full list of hotels that are close to that location. I suggest you make it a girly trip. That's what folks did last year. I had people coming up from Florida to Chicago, New York. One woman flew in the morning and flew out after the conference. Okay. I mean, they were serious. California was in the house. They came from everywhere. And so, make it a girly trip, come up with your folks, and let's make sure that we have, it's not just all deep. We're going to have fun. There's going to be laughter. There's going to be networking, and you're going to come out with some new friends because of the format.
Now, this is good. This is going to be a pretty heavy loaded question. What's the dress code for the divas when they come to the conference?
Whatever makes them comfortable. Don't come looking like you're coming to a nightclub, but casual chic, I would say.
Wow. The Diva Conference is going to take place in Chicago and Atlanta. You want to be there, they can go to your website, and your website is www.michellehammond.com. You can go there. Or what's the website for the conference they can go and get that information?
thedivaprinciple.net. Either website will lead them there. And for those of you who've always wanted to come to Africa, I do tours. So I decided I would make one of those tours a Diva Principle Conference as well. So February 2025, I'm giving you time to get your shekels together. I've set up the website so that you can even do a payment plan on there. Keep yourself accountable to paying for your trip. So when you go on to michellehammond.com or thedivaprinciple.net, you are also going to see a button for the Diva Principle Conference in Ghana, West Africa, February 2025. That gives you a year to pay for it.
Wow. Let people know now. I'm telling people up front, this is interview number 1. We're going to have another interview with her, but we're going to invite some of her guest speakers to come on with us live. So that way you can get just a quick little taste of who's going to be there, what's happening, and what's going on during this whole exciting double city conference experience. You got to be there. Michelle, any closing words you want to say? Because I know, what time is it over there right now?
It is almost 11 p.m. at night.
We just made it, because I know you just come from doing another live recording right back to your office, right to the studio, and now you get ready to just maybe end the day already over there, because you've been going all day in concert tonight, I was just told, right?
Yes, we were in concert tonight. We did Relevance Rocks Easter. We have all original music cantata that's going to be airing on television here. And I'm going to send you a copy so you can put it on your TV channel.
It's going to be on the Church Family Channel. Amen.
Yes. We released some music earlier in the year, but this is our Easter cantata. And I'm really proud of what they've done. We wrote all original music, And it's an awesome journey through looking at the power of the cross and what Christ did for us through music. And I'm really excited about. We had a great time tonight. Everyone was blown away. You know who was in the house? Akosu Abuzia was in the house.
Akosu was there? That's my buddy.
You know, Akosua lives around the corner from me, and we're very close. That's my sister. And so she always supports me. Akosua, you need to talk to her. She just produced and directed a movie that's going to be premiering May 14th here. Stevie Wonder did music for the soundtrack. My band did music for the soundtrack. Wow. It's going to be a series that's going to be airing soon and streaming. And it's exciting. So she was there tonight, and it was we just had a good time in the Lord. Wow. That's all.
We gotta reach out to Kuswa. I always see her when she comes back home in LA, comes to church, and she's so kind and so and her daughter just growing up now. It's just amazing.
Yes, Hada was there tonight.
Her daughter is and doing great things. Michelle, any closing words you want to say to the women out there? Final words you want to say?
You know that, hi, Roosevelt, God bless you too. I just want to say, you know what? Take time for you. Invest in yourself. The Diva Conference is an investment into you. Invest in yourself. You will not regret the time spent. And I'm looking forward to spending time with you and help you navigate to your next.
Now, I will say again, if a couple men show up, they're going to learn something too. Am I understanding?
That's right. The men always fuss at me and say the men need this too. I remember we did a cruise one year and a bunch of men snuck in and they got blessed.
Oh my gosh. The Diva Principal Conference, you got to make sure you make your way there. It's going to take place in Atlanta, Georgia. That will be April 26th, 27th, and May 3rd and 4th in Chicago, Illinois. You got to make sure you find your way. Join her for a transformal experience. It's going to be off the chain, all that good stuff. Michelle, you are the best.
You are the best.
Oh, Michelle, you're my dear buddy for many, many years. We appreciate all the wonderful things and the books you've written to help. Your life is just focused on helping people and helping others.
Yes, that's my passion.
That's true. And we thank God for you. Well, Michelle, stay on the line. We'll talk to you soon from Hollywood, California, the Diva Principal Conference. Make sure you get more details and information from Brother Steve. And right now, we're from Hollywood. Have a great rest of the day. God bless you.
We go that's how we rep the price. We don't apologize for. And I'm over there, producer. We can take